I mean, we are for this project working actually towards supporting teachers at the schools to learn more about agile learning, the agile learning centers, about self-directed education. Um, but I
Hmm.
wonder your opinion about what other ways we could actually approach and facilitate the growth of the ecosystem in Europe.
Hmm. I th- I see it also in Mexico and in Europe. It seems similar in the sense that the school system has its own limitations, right? Like it has its own limitations for good reasons for the people that believe in the system, right? And I think that if we can create spaces outside of the school system, directly in the community, just having playgrounds for kids and adults, that we can come together and, as I said before, release a little bit the tension of authenticity and belonging, and getting wiser collectively, and having spaces to share our feelings and to know each other, know how to care for each other outside of the school system, having creating these little bubbles, these little clubs of self-direction. Uh, I see that as as a greater chance for us to to see these responsible, uh, agile, resilient collectives actually changing life, right? And we have like a huge history of this in all around the world. Like we didn't start coming together to create beautiful things, but I think we have some genes, some DNA that can facilitate, like really facilitate the upgrade in our collective intelligence in order to become more responsible for the creation of our lives, right? Um, so I suggest or I invite people to just to play inside the school system, of course, because there we can do a bunch of things, and also outside of that, like neighbors, right? We have a project called Agile Barrios Ágiles, Agile Neighborhoods, right? Uh, we'll come together as neighbors, right? And just start knowing each other, seeing each other, acknowledging each other, and learning how to care for ourselves, how to care for the land that we inhabit, how to care for the societal structures that we want, right? Um, so yeah, and with the refugee people, of course. And I love that as Collective Up and maybe other organizations feel inspired to take this to where it doesn't usually get to, right? To people with not a lot of financial resources or refugee people. I feel inspired that we can take it there as well, right? Because the wealth in the human experience does not correspond to how much money you have or the structures that you attend to regarding your academic development, right? Like we can go to places and just not only like shed light to the human gifts that exist in those communities, but also enhance the inclusion of those gifts in the larger community that we have, right? The human community. So yeah, I feel excited about
Yeah.
the possibility.